Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. In today's video, we are going to talk about the release of MetaZoo, Torrential Tides. Set 2, introducing Water Aura to the game. I'm going to talk about my business strategy revolving around Torrential Tides. I'm going to talk about how I think it's been a couple months since I made my last video, why that is, what's been going on. But yeah, let me hop right into Instagram. So I'm recording this on the 15th. I just opened a case with my family. And I'll show you on Instagram. I posted, there's the 12 boxes. So we'll talk a little bit about the alt art chase. I've got the poncho box behind me from base set. For anyone uninitiated, when you open up a case, it's almost like opening up a booster pack in that you can get like pulls from a case. You can get an alternate art box artwork. And first one didn't have one. We'll talk about how many it took me to get it. But there are the 12 boxes that my family and I opened. My daughter opened about a quarter of a box, maybe half of a box. She was very slow at opening. My son probably opened 2 of them. Wife was around 3, and I opened 4, 5, 6, whatever the balance is. I wasn't keeping track of the math as I went. But I like the box. Torrential Tides, Loveland Frogman, kind of being the box art guy, being the featured chase in the set. You got your 4-pack artworks. I am not a wizard at Instagram. I cropped them very terribly in hindsight. I did not realize I cropped them so terribly, but I like the feel. My kids, little kid fingers, 4 and 7 years old, they're not amazing at opening Pokemon packs. There's a little bit more like force needed there. MetaZoo printed on the same print lines, PBM graphics, I believe it is. Charlie talked about in a live stream. Printed in the same facilities, as far as I understand, that Magic is printed on. Easy opening experience. The packs just open more cleanly. So the kids are able to do it without assistance, which is nice. Here's my hits. So you can see 1 duplicate right there. And I did get 3 duplicates. I only showed the one. There was actually a 12th box that I forgot to open before I took this picture. But the 2 alt arts in that 12th box were ones that I'd already had. So I know it's not super high res, not super close up. Maybe I can show hand cam here. I think what I'll do, go to Instagram if you want to see a little bit higher resolution. It's in my link tree below. But quick overview. So base set, generally speaking, I opened 1 case ish myself personally, and I've anecdotally heard from people who've opened many cases, both chasing the alt art box and then some just like ripping it entirely to singles. And I'll talk about that upcoming videos. I had Skya open over 10,000 packs. Initially, I talked about it in a video before. I got it allocated on base set, and I only got, let me look at my notes here. So for base set, I attempted to order about, let's see. So Cardi.io, I ordered 120 boxes. I got all 120. I prepaid with them. Same thing I did with them this time. Mad Al on base set, I ordered 300 boxes, and I only got 48. GTS, I was 300 for 300. So I got 468 of the about 720 boxes that I ordered total. Torrential Tides, same order I'll give you. 480 for 480 with Cardi.io. They took care of me on the first batch, so I went with them. It's like I'm gonna have to prepay. I believe I prepaid in about June, so I paid about 2 months in advance. But I got 48 out of 480. All have landed. All is well. No, we'll talk about that in a minute. All are going to Skya of my Cardi.io. So none of my Cardi.io orders came to me. Those are all intended or expected to land on Monday. Unfortunately, Skya actually had things going on this weekend anyway, so he wasn't going to be able to stream Friday. He wasn't going to be able to stream on release day. He wasn't going to be able to do mass rips. He was going to be able to do mass rips and get them listed on eBay if they had landed a week early or something, but it didn't work out. They're going to land Monday. He's going to be ripping. He's going to be live. Let me show that really quickly. He's going to be live on eBay on Tuesday, so go check it out. I believe we're doing 2 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Mountain time, I believe he is in Idaho there. But yeah, go check that out if you're interested in buying some. I think we're going to do $100 a box for the case chase, going for the alt art box, $90 for like loose boxes, cases that we opened and we didn't hit a Jett Yates box. And I'll show you in my next Instagram slide what the Jett Yates box is. But anyways, in base set, Skya eventually opened 10,000 packs. That's a lot of cases. I believe it's about 34 cases. And if you do the math based off what I said, I ordered 720 boxes, and I only got 468. I got allocated on base a few months back. And Hills Wholesale Gaming, I talked about this in a live stream at one point. I talked about this in a previous video at one point. But Hills actually, they stocked multiple times. They stocked where it was about sealed cases for $8.40 a box, slightly above what wholesale is. I pay in the 60s, low 60s. So 70 a box for sealed cases. I ended up going back and on the open market between Hills, between other places, I ended up buying an additional 500 plus boxes of base set. And those are what a further repurchase of base set product after the initial allocations, after the initial hype kind of died down a little bit. I ended up buying over 10,000 packs worth for Skya. And one thing I used to do with Original Zoo, I did it with UFO, Seance, and Native, all 3 sets that I was a partner for with MetaZoo. I opened 10,000 packs of each set, and I gave you all the data, all the metrics on like how many cards of each I pulled. I intend to do that. I have the data from Skya's mass opening for base. I will get the data for Torrential Tides. I'm not going to give it all the way down to every common, uncommon, reverse holo, holo rare, but I will do all arts and up. I will do what you can expect to open. And generally speaking, I don't remember off the top of my head, but there's more. I want to say there's more alt arts in Torrential Tides. You get roughly 2 per box. If you do the math on what I did, I opened 12 boxes. 18 with 3 duplicates. So I want to say I had 24. I want to say I had a flat 2 alt arts per box. And then further in the bottom right, you can see the Van Meter Visitor. That was actually that was my hidden rare for the case. I don't know if it's confirmed to be a firm 1 per case. I think that's fairly accurate. I think that's what I felt like. Again, stay tuned for the 10,000 packs of Torrential Tides. Stay tuned for the 10,000 packs of base set. And that'll give you a better indication when you open 40 cases, 35, 40 cases on how many hidden rares you get per case. But I opened 1 in my case and a new rarity tier. So down here in the left, I think you can see my cursor here. Down here in the left, you actually have what are called legend rares, they're calling them. So you have SRs are 2-star, alt arts are 3 stars. I'm not showing the SRs here. Then you have hidden rares, roughly 1 per case. I had heard and anecdotal data from like very early. It was released today, August 15th, as I'm recording this, but they did have it. It was like pre-released 1 week early at Collecticon, and I did have the ability to end up buying a couple boxes full MSRP at that Collecticon weekend. So I in my 2 boxes that I opened last weekend, I did get the legend rare Mothman myself. That's the one my son pulled. My wife pulled the Sun Wukong, and I pulled the Raiju and the Piazza Bird. So we got 4 hidden rares in our case. Anecdotally, small sample size, I had heard that they might be 3-ish per case. I don't know if it's a fixed 4. Again, I will follow with more data once Skya has the massive pull data. But I really enjoyed those analytical videos in Pokemon. Like, I'm primarily a Pokemon channel. We're spoiled. We're spoiled with like TCG Player Infinite. We'll put out a thing opening 5,000 packs of this. Shout out to Diriums years ago. 1,000 packs of this, 2,000 packs of that, left and right. I do it big though. I do it big. One thing that I have done and will continue to do, at least for as long as it makes sense, we mass rip MetaZoo. I did it with old Zoo. I'm doing it with new Zoo. The numbers work. We were late. We were very late with base set. We were almost a month into base set being released until we got the singles. And a lot of the singles, just like in Pokemon, they start out here and they kind of go down over time. Getting that hype, getting that release weekend, release week, having things up early is big because the numbers generally go down over time. And very plus EV. I don't have the numbers all in front of me. Maybe I'll do an EV video at some point too. But there's a lot less competition in MetaZoo. Part of the reason that I go this route in MetaZoo is because there's less people doing it. There's less competition. And players, collectors, investors, speculators, whatever the people are buying these things, and people are buying these things, not like Pokemon, but people are buying them. Whatever there are that people need to buy these things, and there's just not as much competition out there. So that's going to be my strategy for as long as it works. We did do the base set streams for a little while. We did them on Fanatics. We did them on eBay. They didn't go that great, to be honest. Just to be completely open and honest, they didn't go that great, so we stopped doing them. And when you only have 1 set to rip, I talked about this in a prior video. When you have 30 sets to rip for Pokemon, we're ripping stuff left and right every day, all day, PK and Panga, 7 nights a week, 5 days a week. But with MetaZoo, it was like, it was base set. Do you want base set or do you want base set? now we have torrential ties. Now we have a couple things to mix it up with. We literally have twice the options that we had. So I'm interested to see how that goes. We're going to be streaming instead of 1 month after release like we did with base set. We're going to be streaming 4 days after release. Hopefully we catch some more hype. Hopefully we get some more volume sold through the streams this Tuesday, as I showed. And then the plan is every subsequent Saturday. Saturday, I believe, we'll be doing, Sky will be doing 2 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Mountain Time every Saturday, as long as it works. If it works, it'll be hopefully into eternity, and we'll add new sets as they come. If it doesn't work, we might take a break until set 3 comes out, hopefully. So we'll see how that goes, play it by ear. But yeah, that's everything I had there. I really, overall, I enjoy the feel of the cards. I enjoy the feel of the boxes. You get like 6 to 8 SRs per box. I'll follow that on the 10,000 pack data. I don't have that in front of me. But yeah, that's that. And then the other thing that I will show you. So I do physically have it here behind me too. I want to say, I probably said it in a video, the actual accurate information. I should have got it before I recorded this video. But up here is the Poncho alternate art box from base set. I have here, I have a remote and I have a pen inside of it that I will remove from them. So here's the Sun Wukong regular box. And I know it's got a bad glare, but here's the Poncho Mothman alternate art box. So base set, anecdotal data. I don't know for certain what the exact print runs are, but I've spoken with people who've cumulatively opened hundreds of cases of MetaZoo base set. I think it's somewhere between 1 in 10 and 1 in 12 cases. I got my Poncho box in like my 5th. But again, and I'll hit you with this data in the 10,000 pack opening. Because what we did as part of a 10,000 pack opening, Sky needed to open a lot of cases. I want to say, let me do the quick math, 35 cases if my memory serves me. It is 24 packs per box, 12 boxes per case. That's 10,080 packs. So I want to say Sky opened 35 cases, and I shouldn't even speculate because like I have the data somewhere. Sky knows the number. Maybe he'll comment in the comments below. It was 3 to 5 Poncho boxes we got in his 35 cases. So it's like if we got 4 and they were 1 in 10, we were slightly lucky. Maybe they're actually 1 in 5 cases and we were unlucky. Maybe they're 1 in 20 cases and we were lucky. I don't know. But I posted this on Instagram. Let me go back here. It was my 15th case. Just 2 hours before I'm recording this video, I was out in the garage going through. So again, all the Cardi.io, the what was it, 480 boxes of Cardi.io. 40 cases went to Sky, 35 of which he'll be breaking down for singles. And 300 boxes, so 25 cases and 12 cases, 144 boxes from Mad Al. GTS and Mad Al came to me. So I was throwing around, what is that, 37 cases? I had 37 cases of MetaZoo that I was throwing around in my garage. I was moving around on pallets and stuff. And it's like, I want to pull, I want to do it, I want to do it myself. I'm going to PC. I have no intent to sell it anytime. That Poncho box from base set, I really have no intent to ever sell this alternate art Jett Yates box from Torrential Ties. But one thing I had Skya do, I actually had Skya open one. He had 4 or 5 of them. One of them maybe looked a little bit rougher around the edges, whatever it may be, a little bit of damage from production. And overall, I think they were all fairly minty. But he broke the ugliest looking one. And there come, on top of these boxes, there come 4 exclusive promos sealed inside of a pack, like a box topper pack. And we graded them all, and we sold them through Fanatics, actually. We CGC graded them and auctioned them on Fanatics. And I'll address some of the sales data in this video as well. But the 15th case it took me, I believe it took me my 5th case with base set, and then, like a dumb gambler I probably opened 5 or 6 more cases after hitting the Poncho box in base. So I probably got 1 out of 11 or 12 total. In this, I opened 15. Like the good RuneScape player that I am, you have to go for the back-to-back. Like, with MetaZoo base set, it's like, I opened 5 and I got the Poncho. You should just quit while you're ahead. But, like, being a RuneScape player, you always go for the back-to-back. So, naturally, but with base set, I went for, like, many back-to-back. I tried getting another one. I should have just stopped, but I didn't. So, I only opened 1 personally. But this one, I got it my 15th, so I opened a 16th for the back-to-back. I didn't get it. And I think I have 16 cases open now. And I want to say I have 21. What was that? No. 16 and 20. 16 cases open, 20 cases sealed. And I'm going to do my best to keep the remainder sealed. I'm going to keep them for the pallets if and when Sky needs them for the live streams to have case chase box breaks. I'm going to try to retain them there. But I personally, I love the dynamic that sealed case chases brings. As far as I understand, it is unique to the hobby. It is unique to any cardboard product that I've ever heard of. I don't think there's like a case alternate art box chase. I've heard some people say negative things about it, like, it makes it hard to get it. Hills is selling legitimate sealed product. You get a fair chance at getting a poncho box for a base set. Presumably, as long as they carry torrential ties, presumably they'll do the same. So it's like there are some vendors out there that are selling sealed cases, albeit at a premium. So in my eyes, like, it's a win-win. It's like, if you're just a collector, if you're a player that just wants the boxes, like, buy the cheaper boxes that aren't the alternate art, and you'll get the packs, you'll get the stuff you want cheaper. Like, on our live streams, we sell a case chase at 100, we sell loose boxes at 90. So it's like, there's that layer there if you want it. And like Pokemon, like every other TCG in existence, as far as I understand, generally speaking, you're better off to just buy the single. So it's like, if you need to have the box, mind you, none of us need any of this. It's all luxury goods, blah, blah, blah. But if you need the alternate art, you're better off buying it. I want to say we sold a poncho box on eBay for like $1,400. And if you do the math, like, if it's 1 in 10 cases, that's 1 in 120 boxes. So if you're buying cases for $80 a box, almost $1,000 a case, it's like you got to spend $12,000 on sealed cases to get one poncho box, roughly. Maybe it's 5,000, maybe it's 20,000. So it's like, you buy the box for $1,500 and then you're good to go. So it's like, you can chase it if you want to, or you can just buy the single, you can buy the box. To me, it's all fair play. To me, as like a sealed investor to some extent in Pokemon, I'm going to set some MetaZoo cases back too. A sealed speculator in all this stuff. I like the idea that madmen like me will open 16 cases frantically in their garage, release day, to try to get their hands on one. Like, how stupid was that? I should have just waited until Sky opened all his, and I should have had him. What we'll do, assuming Sky doesn't get wrecked, I'll probably have Sky list one on eBay. I'll probably have Sky rip the ugliest one and do the CGC auction thing again on Fanatics, so that the cards go out there. And that's one interesting facet too, is the box topper promos are exclusive to the alt art boxes. We don't know the print runs. One thing I liked about Original Zoo is that they declared the print runs. Whether they were accurate or not, I don't know, but they at least put the numbers out there. And it's like, you could do the math if they theoretically put the numbers out there. Like, I don't think the print run would be this high. So let me just say a big number, like MetaZoo Original, they printed 100,000 Wilderness and they printed 100,000 UFO. And that's kind of like when things started going south, because they printed way too much. So using logic and reason, I would presume that MetaZoo base set printed less than 120,000 boxes. But theoretically, if they printed 120,000 boxes, and if the pull rates for the poncho box were 1 in 10 cases, that's 1 in 120 boxes. So like 120,000 divided by 120, that would mean there's only 1,000 poncho boxes out there. And I think 120,000 is like high. So if the actual print run is 60,000, half of that, that means there could only be 500 poncho boxes out there. Maybe the pull rate of poncho boxes is 1 in 20 cases, and they're rarer than I think. Maybe it's 1 in 5 cases, and I got fairly lucky. And there's, but like, using presumptions and using reasonable, again, presumptions, not assumptions, it's like, there's a pretty solid shot there's only hundreds of poncho boxes and not thousands. So even though base set is likely printed higher than Kickstarter, higher than base set Cryptid Nation, if I had to guess, the alternate art booster boxes can be quite low print run, and then the cards that are exclusive to them, it's just an interesting dynamic. They're not hard serialized. We don't know exactly how many they made, but I truly like it, and I hope they continue it throughout the duration of the MetaZoo TCG. We'll see what happens with that, though. Again, I know that there were some complaints on it, but overall, I like it as a consumer. I like it as like a seller. I like that I can sell on a live stream a layered chase. It's like, we're not just ripping packs, we're ripping cases to see if we get boxes that we want to get. So it's fun for me. There's the alt art box, there's the regular art box, and top bottom. So top is the Jett Yates. Base set was Poncho. Torrential ties, it is Jett Yates. Shout out to her. Got to meet her in Fort Lauderdale on MetaZoo's base set release. And I also saw her again in Cleveland, I believe, is the one that she was sending. My daughter, if you watch my Cleveland Collecticon recap, my daughter has somewhere a Chuck E. Cheese lanyard thing signed by Jett Yates. That's probably a one of one in the world. So yeah, again, Jett Yates on top, Torrential Tides on the bottom, regular box. You got the sad squonk. I think Poncho did really great on the base set artwork. I think Jett Yates did great on the alternate art Torrential Tides box. You got some Yeti going on there. You got squonk, all kinds of good things. Horribly cropped bottom of the boxes. But there it is. There it is. The next picture is the sad picture. Again, horribly cropped. This picture was like this tall. You can see right here, the seal is broken. I have a stack in my garage of 16 unsealed cases of MetaZoo Torrential Tides so that I could get this one singular box. And one thing, again, anecdotally, Skaya, myself, every case we opened that had a Poncho box, and every case that I heard of from other people. I heard of some people in some bigger operations that opened 50 cases, like a lot of cases. And the Poncho alt art box was always on the top. It was on the bottom of my case. I saw one opened in Charlotte where it was on the bottom. So keep an eye out there. Don't just look at the top. And one thing that I'll say too is like the Jett Yates alternate art, it's like a light blue, silvery color opposed to the blue. It was a lot more stark, the contrast between the base set regular box and the alternate art box, and it was right on top. So if you are ripping your cases to try to find an alt art box, make sure you're actually finding it. Make sure you're actually looking a little bit closer. It might be on the bottom. The contrast isn't as stark between the two. But yeah, that's what I had there for that. The live stream is there. I think that's everything. Let me double check my notes. So upcoming videos, I will recap them at the end. One thing I haven't done yet either, I never learned to play original MetaZoo. I heard kind of negative things about it, so I never had a big desire to learn to play it. At this point, it went bankrupt and blah, blah, blah. I never will learn the original MetaZoo. I know some people really liked it. I had some friends that really liked it, but sorry, I'm just not going to at this point. But the new one, I like card games. My wife and I, we play Seven Wonders Duel. We play Race for the Galaxy. They're not like TCG, but they're card-based games. So I intend to learn it at some point. This summer has been insanely busy. Winter is a better time. Winter is more when my wife and I will get the board games out more frequently. And I do fully intend to learn the game. As I said in prior videos, I will probably say this in every MetaZoo video into the future. This is one guy documenting his journey, interacting with MetaZoo as a business. And I talked about it in my earlier videos before. I do co-own with some other people MetaZoo, the company that bought MetaZoo from bankruptcy. And I and we licensed that intellectual property of MetaZoo out to GameCubator Labs. So I have no insider information on print runs, on anything like that. Game design, future sets, timing, any of it. When you hear about things through official channels, the MetaZoo Instagram, the MetaZoo Discord, that's the same time that I hear about them. I just feel like open, honest, transparent Dan. I can't make a video without giving that disclaimer. By no means am I ever begging people to buy this stuff. I'm not pumping. I'm not shilling. I'm just like, I'm a guy. I enjoy this stuff as a collector consumer, as I did with the old stuff. But I'm also like, I might have biases and no, just no, as I do with Pokemon. It's like, I tell you what I'm buying, why I'm buying it, and I tell you what I have. I'm always going to tell you, like, if I make a video about I'm selling my Destined Rivals, I'm not like trying to tank the price so that I can buy more. I'm telling you exactly why and how many I have and what I'm doing. And my whole inventory is out there. And my allocations, all my numbers will always be public with all the MetaZoo stuff. So yeah, if you are interested, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I think most people that watch my MetaZoo videos already are. They get a lot less views than my Pokemon stuff, but I enjoy making them. So I'm going to continue making them. Upcoming videos, probably not, but like maybe I'll make a gameplay video at some point. Me and my wife playing. Maybe I'll do the top-down overhead. Us playing a game of MetaZoo someday. That would be like a year from now. That would be like 6 months from now, at least, into the winter. 2 videos that will definitely come. 2 videos that I can promise you. I don't have my binder together right now. I do have a tall stack. Here's my tall stack of Torrential Tides. Yes, they're all raw dogged. All the alt arts, all the hidden rares. I showed my base set. I showed my base set stuff in my binder in a prior video. But like I'm collecting and bindering these cards as I did with Pokemon back when I was younger. No sleeves, just right into the 9-pocket holders, like as intended. And yeah, in my future video, one of them, I will showcase my entire complete set. It's not complete now, so it's like, why show you a set that is missing? I'll show you exactly what I'm missing. So Skya, pause it here. When you're done opening 10,000 packs, I need all these at some point. I'm sure, like, I opened one case. A lot of these are probably commons and uncommons. What I did was I took a stack of non-hollows like that big, and I sorted them all out, and I took that. A lot of these I probably have, but once you get to like 212 plus, now you're talking alt arts, you're talking hidden rares, you're talking legends. Those ones are all ones that I'll actually need from Skya. Most of these ones above, you probably do nearly complete a complete set, and I say complete set, not master set. I don't collect the reverse hollows personally. I never did it in Pokemon, so I'm not doing it in MetaZoo either. But yeah, so 10,000 base set pack opening retrospective, 10,000 torrential tides upcoming next week. Sky's gonna be doing that after his live stream, and those videos are coming. So yeah, stay tuned. Drop a zoo in the chat if you are here for the zoo. If you are enjoying torrential tides, let me know what hidden rare did you pull. If you ripped an entire case like me, my hidden rare was the Van Meter Visitor. My actual first pack. I was gonna say I don't have it handy, but I cut my stack of cards right too. So my first pack of MetaZoo cards, I opened Bacon Skis. The Bacon Skis of the Griddle Greaser Pete, who is my chase card in the set. Frogman's awesome. There's no Bigfoot though. There is Frozen Bigfoot. I was opening some MetaZoo with Mr. Bierski himself, and he dubbed Yeti as Frozen Bigfoot, which I think is an apt description. So he's not quite up there with Bigfoot, but he's close. Griddle Greaser Pete is my guy. Then you've got your Mothman, your Frozen Bigfoot, and your Loveland Frogman. But I enjoyed the set. So yeah, I know I went on there a lot at the end. But as always, I appreciate you all watching. Monday, my Pokemon video Monday will be a Charlotte CollectCon recap. I did engage with MetaZoo a little bit. So if you want more MetaZoo, if you don't watch my Pokemon videos, there will be a little bit of MetaZoo in the Charlotte CollectCon recap video. So stay tuned for that Monday at 1 p.m. as always. I appreciate you all watching. I will catch you all later.